Welcome to the 2018 Battle of the Border. We're in Hudson, New Hampshire at Alvirne High School. This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley. We have our meet hub this week sponsored by Tim's Truck Capital, and we are about to witness the boys varsity race. So similar teams as the girls, but taking a look at the teams that we're going to be watching up front, we should expect some good things from Coe-Brown. They're currently ranked 2nd in New Hampshire. Londonderry ranked 4th, and Winnacunnet ranked 5th. And those three teams, those ranks are very interchangeable at this point in the season, especially because part of it was based off of the Manchester Invite, where Londonderry was short a freshman who ran and won was one of the top finishers in the freshman race. So looking for those three teams to be competitive. As far as mass teams go, we're definitely looking at Lowell and North Andover. They're going to make their presence felt with the boys out here. Individually, we have our top returner of Jeffrey Allen. I believe he got 3rd or 4th last year in a close kick battle to the end. Do also expect good things from Londonderry's Will Heenan, as well as Winnacunnet's Colin Donnelly, who has been on fire recently. He's been running very well. Massachusetts side of things, we're looking at Jadale Pinnells, sorry about the pronunciation, as well as Brockton's Emmanuel Fernandez. Both have run some pretty good times so far this year. North Andover also has a sophomore, Max Bixler. And then of course Coe-Brown does have their top three of Dawson Dubois, Luke Kasich, and Wyatt Mackey. Also can count out Londonderry's Matt Griffith. And of course, with this being a couple states coming together, there will be some surprises up front. Looks like we have our boys getting our last few strides out there. Again, this does pit Massachusetts against New Hampshire. As far as team scoring goes, when we look at the two of them, pretty sure the comparison happens as the top 5 teams get compared to each other. I believe Nashua South boys are here. Not sure if the girls team was here for them, so do expect them in the mix as well. Again, nice fall afternoon, early evening, about 60 degrees and overcast right now as the boys are off. This is your 2018 Battle of the Border boys varsity race. Everyone filing in right now. Do see Lowell looking very strong as a team, surging to that front spot, as well as Winnacunnet, led by Colin Donnelly.
All right, we're only about 600 meters into this race, and it has not broken up at all. So different from the girls' race. The girls were pretty spread out already at this point, but we still have a pretty tight pack. Londonderry and Coe-Brown and Winnacunnet up front for New Hampshire, as well as a lot of Lowell runners. And then North Andover had quite a few runners up front as well. So those are probably the teams to watch in this one, but we'll have to see what happens as they spread out.
See our lead vehicle now. And a pretty big pack behind them compared to our last race. That is Lowell and Brockton out in front. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 Lowell right in that top 6 or 7. Colin Donnelly up front there. Luke Wyatt as well for Coe-Brown. So Lowell very early on with a very commanding lead. Similar to what we saw last week, we did see Coe-Brown with a good pack of 4 up front. As mentioned though, this is very early on into the race. We'll have to go see how the 1 mile looks.
Here we are at the 1 mile mark for the boys varsity race.
We're at 5:15 right now. We got Colin Donnelly, lead group, Luke Kasich,
Co Brown, 3 Co Brown.
Jeffrey Allen right up there, 4 Co Browns, right?
Yep, that's
Looks like our 4th Winnicott. Bunch of Salem guys, some Londonderry guys.
Nice jump, that is!
This is still pretty tightly bunched at the mile.
it's a lot.
Looked like we had a Lowell. We had Lowell and Brockton up in the front initially.
Go, Zach! Go, 550, you're in the lead, keep on running! Let's go, fast, Zach, fast!
Looks like Co Brown boys are running the same plan that the Co Brown girls are.
Charlie, you guys are at
Everybody's got a partner. They're trying to bring them through.
603! Catch up,
There's
Drew.
your top 6 from Conval with 7th
Go,
there.
Cam! 607! You got it, Cam!
This race is a lot more bunched up than the
Certainly
others.
is. It's really packed here.
Alright, so we're at about the halfway point in this race, a little bit less. We have Colin Donnelly out front. He's from Winnicott. Along with him is Jeffrey Allen and Luke Kasich from Co Brown. Co Brown's got a big pack up front, but Winnicott's got a few runners tailing along behind them. And then Londonderry as well, quite a few runners up front. In terms of Massachusetts, look like North Andover's Max Bixler was up there, as well as Brockton. I believe that's Emmanuel Fernandez, not Emmanuel Sanders. Sorry. So this race looks like it's actually going to be pretty interesting, which makes sense because the 3 top New Hampshire teams in this race are ranked 2, 4, and 5. So they're all pretty close. So at this point it's spread out a little bit more than we saw at the start, but still a lot of movement to be had. Big packs of Co Brown, Londonderry, Winnicott up front, all battling for position. You know, and this is the portion of the race where a lot of things change, just because only about halfway through, and a lot can happen over the next period. So it should be interesting to see where we're at the 2 mile. So we'll send it over there.
And we can see our leaders coming into view. That is Colin Donnelly of Winnicott, followed closely by Jeffrey Allen. We also have Emmanuel. Tight battle again. We have passing the 2 mile now. We have a few of them. Again, we're about 30 meters in front of that 2 mile. And this is a very tight race to watch. Again, looking at Co Brown, Winnicott, and I would say Lowell at this point. Londonderry also looking strong. Very close battle.
Jackson, look up. Go get him, Jackson. You got a mile left, Jackson.
And it looks like this race will be decided in that last mile. I'm going to throw it to Mike Smith for another look.
Jeffrey Allen in the lead, followed by Colin Donnelly. Nice job, boys. We got a Lowell runner and a Brockton runner, and then Luke
Kasich, my brother. And Wyatt Mackey
go, Wyatt.
following up. Dawson Dubois.
Dawson Dubois, right now they definitely look like they're in command with 3 in, but here comes second Lowell and the second Winnicott.
Got
Third Lowell.
fourth
Fourth
Co Brown.
Got our first Londonderry. There's another Winnicott that they're 3rd or 4th. Really, it comes down to who we see next.
We
That's
got
like the
Log
4th
Dog
Londonderry.
Mahalik. That's
And
5.
there's our 5th Cole Brown, but that might also be our 4th Winnacunnet, and I don't know where we are with Lowell, but we're pretty close. Another Londonderry. So right now, I would gather that Cole Brown has 5 through, Winnacunnet has 5 through, and Londonderry has 5 through.
It's definitely a lot more spread out from
Than it was
the mile.
before, and here comes the 6th and 7th of Cole Brown.
Come on, Patrick.
Londonderry's 6th, Winnacunnet 6th.
Got
Campbell,
another
another Campbell runner there, one of the top teams in Division 3, so it'll be interesting to see how they shake out here.
They've got those nice bandanas.
Nice bandanas. You always run fast with nice bandanas, you know.
Yep.
There goes
And here's
Conval's
more of
lead
them.
runner pulling one of theirs. That's at least 4 Campbells through. The next group of Conval runners working. Brockton, I believe, has 5 through at this point. It's definitely getting darker here. You can tell that we're getting closer to winter. A couple
Yeah.
of mosquitoes out now.
Yeah. I just got bit a couple times.
Who would have thought this late in the year we'd be still getting bit by mosquitoes?
Some
Kind of like those.
Andover.
I kind of like those Andover uniforms, the A with the wings on it. It looks pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Pretty
We
cool.
just got new uniforms. We ordered them through Runners Alley, and they're going to look very similar to our other ones, but they're the sublimated ones, so they're going to feel slick. So the guys will feel fast.
It's pretty cool.
You can't argue with feeling fast as you come into the end of the season.
Yeah.
Certainly don't. It's better than feeling slow.
That's for sure.
Tingsboro, Andover. Another Tingsboro. It's kind of neat that we get teams come up from Massachusetts. We don't really see that very often,
Yeah.
so it's kind of nice to get just a little different taste, different faces.
New Hampshire cross country for a reason.
And that's right, 603 in the house. All right, we'll take you down towards the finish line and see where we go from there.
All right, so we only have a couple 100 meters to go, and Jeffrey Allen has taken a hold of this race. He's got a decent lead over number 2, Colin Donnelly from Winnacunnet. And then from Lowell, we have Pinales. And then it's like Brockton, that's Fernandez, and then Kasich of Co-Brown, Mackey of Co-Brown. There's another Lowell and North Andover. There's Dubois, another Winnacunnet, another Londonderry. That's Matt Griffin of Londonderry. Another Lowell and Co-Brown together. Another Londonderry and more Winnacunnet. So the whole top 10 is flooded with Co-Brown, Londonderry, Winnacunnet, Lowell, and North Andover. And so they're actually going to be really close. That was another Co-Brown. That's Co-Brown's number 5, and Londonderry. So they're battling it out for position, which could make a huge difference in this race as well. You know, we saw it in the girls' race. That was pretty tight towards the end. And this race is shaping up to be quite similar, with possibly even more teams fighting for the win. So it's going to be really, really close between, you know, the top 5 essentially. Is going to be very, very close in terms of points. So we'll throw it over to the finish line and see how it turns out for all these teams.
And we see Jeffrey Allen coming down the finish line. Great looking race from him, followed closely by Colin Donnelly of Winnacunnet. That's Lowell's first, Jamiel. Brockton's first, Fernandez. Luke Kasich from Co-Brown. Wyatt Mackey from Co-Brown, so that's 2 for Co-Brown. This will be Lowell's second runner, Co-Brown's third runner. North Andover. Londonderry's first, Winnacunnet's second, Co-Brown's 4th, Believe that is Lowell third. Another Winnicott, another Londonderry. So good 4 teams up front as Milford and Londonderry cross the line pretty much together. I think that's Co-Brown's 5th. They're looking pretty good right now. Another Lowell, that's either their 4th or 5th. Some pretty good separation in the top 20, 25 runners. A lot of guys under that 17-minute mark today on this course. A couple close battles. Co-Brown's 7th comes across. Another runner for Campbell, Winnicott, Brockton, Salem, Alvern finishing strong on his home course. Bedford, North Andover, good pack right there, couple Conval in there. Lowell, Campbell, Tungsboro, Lowell, and Campbell. So another 2 for Conval. Looks like they had some pretty good pack running today on the boys' side as well as the girls. So should be a pretty good team battle, but Co-Brown showing why they're number 2 in the state. Of course, number 1 Concord ran this meet last year, elected not to this year. But another good showing from Londonderry and Winnicott, again 4 and 5 respectively. See if that order changes in the rankings because of this race.
Good job, guys.
Interesting part about this race is it does happen late afternoon, early evening. Kind of throws these runners for a loop as they're used to racing in the morning. Might have to change up their pre-race rituals with it being later on, making sure they get something in them for lunch. See some teammates battling each other. Good kick all the way to the finish. Looks like that pack of 3 was running together.
Good, yeah, I'm fine, I win. Varsity. You're in. Yeah. You did it. Yeah.
So as we see some more runners coming down this finish line, this has been NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley. Meet Hub sponsored by Tim's Truck Capital. This has been the 2018 boys varsity race at our Battle of the Border.